Record.
Hello, sir. My name is Karmanya Tyagi, 19BC 1053, and we are here to present our review 2 on the topic Smart Irrigation System. And these are the team members.
I'm Dhyani Desai, 19BC 1218.
My name is Neil Desai, 19BC 1229.
Hello, sir. Good afternoon. I'm Karmanya Tyagi, 19BC 1053, and I'll tell you about the introduction of our project and the updates on the review 2. So, our project is an automatic irrigation system using a low cost Arduino and Bluetooth module, which can be remotely controlled through a mobile phone. The microcontroller, along with HC05 Bluetooth module, is the brain of the system, and several sensors such as gas and moisture and temperature, soil temperature, gas and moisture in the field are used to detect, and the sensors employed in the system record the real-time values of the physical parameters and feed them to microcontroller, which are displayed on the farmer's phone through wireless transmission. Now I'll tell you the update after the review one. You asked us to have a recent journal on the topic. So we had this recent journal written by Anuradha Chaudhary and Akansha Chaudhary, which was published on 2026, 2026, and our observation for this journal was the system proposes a model of a variable rate automatic solar based irrigation system. Solar power is used as the only source of power to control the overall system. Sensors are placed on the paddy field, and these sensors continuously sense the water level. So the key point is that in this journal was that without visiting the paddy fields, farmers can get the information about the water level. So based on the water level, a farmer can control the motor by sending a message from his cellular phone, even from a remote area. So now we'll look at the configuration of Arduino Uno board. So now I'll tell you the about Arduino Uno. Arduino Uno is the best board to get started with electronics and coding. If this is your first experience tinkering with the platform, the Uno is the most robust board you can start playing with. The UNO is the most used and documented board of the whole Arduino family. So now I'll tell you about the configuration of Arduino board. So the pin configuration. So VIN, this is the input voltage pin of the Arduino board used to provide input supply from an external source. 5 volt, this pin of Arduino board is used as regulated power supply. 3.3 volt, this pin of the board is used to provide a supply of 3.3 volt, which is generated from a voltage regulator. GND, the pin of this board is used to ground the Arduino board. Reset, this pin of the board is used to reset the board. And analog pins, the pins A0 to A5 are used as analog input, and the range is 0 to 5 volt. Digital pins is 0 to 13 and are used as digital input and the output for the Arduino board. Serial pins, these pins are also known as UART pin. It is used for communication between the Arduino board and a computer or other devices. External interrupt pins, PWM pins, SPI pins, these are used to produce the external interrupt and convert the digital signal into an analog by varying the width of the pulse. And the peripheral interface pin, it is used to maintain SPI communication with the help of SPI library. So the AREF pin, which we can see in the diagram, this is an analog reference pin of the Arduino board. It is used to provide a reference voltage from an external power supply. Now Dhyani will tell you about our project and the sensors used in our project.
Now we'll be talking about the circuit diagram and how our setup works. As we can see in the given image here, we have three sensors: a moisture sensor, temperature sensor, and a gas sensor. And we have a breadboard which connects these pins to the ground and VCC of the Arduino board. And when the moisture sensor, temperature sensor senses the parameters of how the moisture, humidity, and temperature is in the soils of the root, it will give signal to the water pump. And if it's below a certain level, and if it feels the plants will be dried out, it will turn on the water pump. And if it feels that it's sufficient, it won't turn on the water pump. Also, we have an additional gas sensor here in case if there is any smoke detected or any LPG or gas leakage in the farm, the farmer can be notified immediately. So all these data will now be given to the farmer using this Bluetooth module that we are shown here. So this Bluetooth module basically takes all these values of the moisture, humidity, temperature, gas, and it is connected to the ThingSpeak module, which we'll see further. And this will give all these values to the farmer while he's sitting at his place in his phone, and it's very easy and it's very cheap and it's so remotely accessible, and hence it will be a very smart irrigation system from a farmer, which is very effective. The first sensor that we have is the moisture sensor. So as we can see in the images here, this is what a moisture sensor looks like, and it has an integrated capacitor, potentiometer, comparator, LM393 IC circuit, some power and status LED, which is integrated in its circuit. So basically how the moisture sensor works is it has two inbuilt probes that are used to detect the moisture of the soil. So these probes are made of nickel, which can easily detect the moisture in the soil, but nickel on contact with water can sometimes lead to oxidation. So these are coated with immersion gold. So these probes are used to pass the current through the soil, and the sensors read the resistance to get the moisture values. Now we're looking at the configuration. So as we can see in the image that we're given here, the moisture sensor has basically 4 pins, which are integrated in the breadboard, or you can connect it with jumper wires. So we'll be talking about these pins. So the first pin is the VCC, which is the power module, which is typically a 5-volt pin. And then we have the ground supply. Then we have a digital output pin, and then we have the analog output pin. The digital output pin can be used if we want to display anything on the LED. The analog output is used when we want to display our code in the Arduino. So for the configuration of the moisture sensor, we have an operating voltage given, which is industry calibrated. The operating current is 115 milliampere. The output digital trigger level is 0 to 5 volt. Similarly, for the analog level, it's again 0 to 5. We have the size of the PCB, which is 3.2 into 1.7, and it is easy to use with microcontrollers or even with normal digital or analog circuits, and it is very small and cheap and easily available, and it can be easily fit into the breadboard or can be integrated with the jumper wires. So this is the code. We basically what we did was we individually tested each and every sensors before integrating it in the circuit. So this is the testing of the moisture sensor. So here, this is the Arduino code that we have written. So basically, Arduino code consists of 2 parts: a setup part and a loop part. A loop part is used when you want to continuously detect something in the Arduino board, and the setup part is where we are setting the port configurations of the moisture sensor. So the sensor pin is set to A0. So basically the analog output of the moisture sensor will be connected to the A0 of the Arduino board, and it has a serial port of 9600, and it will be printed at a delay of 2000 milliseconds. So the analog voltage will be read and it will be given to the output value, and it will be mapped and the moisture will be detected from there. So this is how we connected it. The VCC of the moisture sensor is connected to the VCC of the Arduino board. The VCC of the ground of the moisture sensor is connected to the ground of the Arduino board, and the analog part of the moisture sensor is connected to the A0 pin on the Arduino board. We can see it by using the blue, green, and the yellow wires in the image. So this was before we connected or we dipped it into the water. So before dipping it into the water, we can see on the screen, this is the output on the right hand side here. So we can see it's in negative, so there is no moisture detected. So when we joined it and we again dipped it in the tumbler of water, we can see the moisture again is detected and it's positive. So the moisture is detected. So the code for this was working and the sensors were all right. Second is the temperature sensor. So a temperature sensor has basically 3 pins here as shown. There is one ground pin, which we saw in the moisture sensor also. We have a ground pin, we have a VCC, and we have a data pin. The data pin is used for digital or analog input output. So the DTH sensor, temperature sensor, is basically called DTH11. It's commonly used for temperature and humidity. So the sensor comes in to measure, and it's an 8-bit microcontroller to output the values of the temperature and humidity as serial data. And it's factory calibrated, so it can sense up to your temperature of 50 degrees Celsius, 0 to 50 degrees Celsius, and humidity of 20 to 90 degrees Celsius. And as it can have some errors, it's given in the description of the sensors. It has an accuracy of plus minus 1 degree Celsius and plus minus 1%. So it's not completely accurate. And these are the specifications. We have an operating voltage of 3.5 to 5.5. We have a current of 0.3 mA and 60 UL. We have the output as a serial data. As we have seen in the moisture sensor, we had 2 input pins, but in the temperature sensor, we have only one output pin, one pin, which is the analog pin. And this is the configuration. So the power supply is from 3.5 to 5.5, outputs both temperature and humidity through serial data, and it is connected, the ground is connected to the ground of the circuit. So again, we tested it individually. So this is the code of testing the temperature sensor in the Arduino. So we have taken the configuration setup as 9600 serial. And through the looping part, we are sensing it. The analog volt is given to the temperature variable. The temperature variable is converted into the equivalent temperature we needed. So here we are calculating the temperature in Fahrenheit. So it will display at a delay of 1000 milliseconds, that is 1 second. So this is where we connected the temperature sensor. The blue part is the temperature sensor. As we can see, we have 3 red, green, blue, again connected to the red, green, blue of the Arduino. VCC connected to VCC, ground connected to ground, and analog connected to the A0. So this is the temperature at that point of time what we did the experiment. So it's in around 96.19. So it was about 37 degrees Celsius.
My name is Zeel and I'm going to continue with the further presentation. The third sensor that we are going to use is the gas sensor. The MQ7 gas sensor is a simple to use carbon monoxide sensor suitable for sensing CO concentrations in the air. The gas sensor detects the concentration of CO in the air and outputs its reading as an analog voltage. It can detect CO gas concentrations anywhere from 20 to 2000 ppm. MQ7 possesses high sensitivity towards carbon monoxide and it is highly stable and also have long lifespan. It makes detection by the method of cycle of high and low temperature and detects CO when there is low temperature. The sensor's conductivity gets higher along with the rising of the gas concentrations. This sensor has high sensitivity and fast response time. It is of very low cost and it's suitable for different applications. As we can see in the picture, these are the MQ7 gas sensor. Now coming towards the pin configurations of the gas sensor, there are 4 pins: VCC, ground, D0 and A0. The VCC pin of the gas sensor is connected to the VCC of the Arduino board. The ground of the gas sensor is connected to the ground of the Arduino board. D0 is for displaying output on the LED, but here we are using Arduino board, so we use A0 and which is connected to the A0 of the Arduino board. These are the specifications of the gas sensor, that its VC circuit voltage is 5 volt. It can gauge the temperature between 10 degrees Celsius to 50 degrees Celsius. Humidity is 65%. Heating resistance is 33%, which can vary 5 to 10% here, up and down. Power is 2.5 voltage to 5 voltage. Dimensions are 40 mm to 21 mm, and storage temperature is minus 20 degrees Celsius to 50 degrees Celsius. Here we have integrated the gas sensor with the Arduino individually, and this is the code for it. So we use the sensor value as a variable to store the value. It has 2 parts: setup and loop. In the setup, we set up the port configurations of the Arduino board and the sensor. The serial port number is 9600 and it prints that the sensor is warming up. It has a delay of 20 seconds. In the loop part, it reads the analog input of pin 0 and it prints as sensor value, and then it detects within a range. If the sensor value range is greater than 300, it shows that there is a smoke around, so it prints smoke detected. And to measure different readings, there is a delay of 2 seconds for every next reading. We have carried out the experiment. This is our incense stick. This is our incense stick, and when we light it up, we can see here that the smoke is detected because of the smoke it releases, and therefore we get different readings at different points of time. Now we will move towards the next component, which is the water pump. The core concept of a water pump is to use a motor to convert the rotational energy or the kinetic energy and then turn it into energy for fluid flow or for moving fluid. Basically, a water pumping system is to move water from one area to another. They are often applied to construction sites as a form of water extraction, assisting in the removal of water while excavating, at sewage plants in flooded areas, and also to implement our smart irrigation system. These are the specifications of the water pump. Now we have interfaced our water pump with the moisture sensor. We have set the sensor pin as A0. This is the setup part and this is the loop part. In the setup part, we have used the fourth port of the Arduino board as connected to the water pump and the serial port as 9600. There is a delay of 2 seconds after every reading. In the loop part, we have set the output value in which if the moisture sensor detects that the water level are high, it will automatically close the water pump, and if it detects that the level of water is low, it automatically turns on the water pump. We carried out the experiment using the moisture sensor and the water pump. This is our moisture sensor and this is our water pump. As we can see, there is nothing for the moisture sensor to sense. There is no moisture, therefore the water pump will be turned on or off. Due to which we get the negative readings here, as there is no moisture that is sensed by the moisture sensor. Now we have put our moisture sensor into the water. As you can see here, this is our moisture sensor and this is our motor pump. Now, according to the code, the moisture sensor senses the water and the motor pump will be turned off because there is enough water in the soil. So the reading that it will give will be positive. These are the readings that it has detected the moisture in the soil and therefore the readings of the moisture sensor is positive. Now we will move towards the live demonstration of the project. The basic idea behind the smart irrigation system is when there is not enough water in the soil, this is the moisture sensor which will detect that the water level is not enough and will notify the water pump which will automatically gets turned on, and through the pipe it will deliver the water to the soil. On the other hand, if the moisture sensor detects that the water level is enough, then it will notify the water pump and it will automatically gets turned off and it will stop the water flow through the pipe, which will ensure that there is no extra wastage of water. Now the other parameters that we take into consideration is the temperature sensor. It will measure the temperature within a range of 0 degrees Celsius to 50 degrees Celsius. The other sensor is the gas sensor. Now if there is any smoke that is detected or there is any leakage in the environment, it will directly notify to the farmer's phone and it will alert the farmer. Now I will move on to the components of the irrigation system. So the first is the moisture sensor. It has 3 pin configurations. First is the VCC, which is connected to the VCC of the Arduino board, the ground, which is connected to the ground, and the A0, which is connected to the analog input of the Arduino board. The second is the temperature sensor. It has the same port configurations, a VCC which is connected to the VCC, ground which is connected to the ground, and A0 which is connected to the analog input of the output of the Arduino board. And third is the gas sensor, which has the same port configurations, VCC, ground, and analog input. The other component is the water pump. This is a 5-volt motor pump which is connected to the Arduino board. This is the green is the positive part and this is the negative part. Through the water pump there is a pipe which is connected and it waters the plant if the moisture sensor detects that the water level is not enough. Other than that, there is an Arduino cable which we connect it through the laptop so that we can connect it to the Arduino IDE. Now we will move to the live demonstration of the project. This is the Arduino cable and we will connect it to the laptop. Now we can see the light, so it is connected properly, and we can hear the vibration of the motor, so it ensures that it is working properly. Now we have put the moisture sensor into the dry area of the soil. As we know that now the moisture is not enough, so the moisture sensor will notify the water pump and it will get turned on. As you can see, the pipe gets turned on and it waters the plant. Now, as we see that there is enough moisture in the soil, so now we'll again turn on the pump. And we can see there is no water coming through the pipe, as the moisture sensor will detect that there is enough water level in the soil. As we saw in our live demonstration of the project, we completed around 80 to 85% of our project. We have not delivered the last component, which is the Bluetooth module, because of the pandemic. So as and when we get the Bluetooth module, we'll continue our project and we'll complete it to 100% till the end of the third review. So the basic functioning of the Bluetooth module will be that it will all the data will be connected that are collected by the sensors can be directly sent to the farmer's phone using that Bluetooth module. The Bluetooth module will take the values of the three sensors and will be connected to a ThinkSpeak module, which will ensure that the farmer is getting all the required data at the correct time on his phone, and because of which he will get alert wherever he is remotely, and it will lead to the smooth and efficient functioning of the system. In the last review, we forgot to explain the reference slide, so here we are doing it. The first journal is the International Journal of Advanced Research, from which we took some assistance from. The second is the Automated Survey Analysis System, in which we took some guidance for the connection of the Arduino module with the moisture sensor through the water pump. Third is the automated GUI testing for Android application. Fourth is the wireless application of drip irrigation automated supported by soil moisture sensors, in which we took help for our code that we wrote related to the moisture sensor and that we connected to the water pump. And the fifth is the realization of low-cost Bluetooth-based visual sensor node for pest and disease detection in crops by Subodhip Maulik. Thank you.